Another week, another MRT step. This is step 5 as I climb the MRT Freedom Ladder. So, step 5, the essence of this stage is helping damaged relationships. The stage is injury. People in the stage know when they have hurt others or themselves and feel responsible for it. Low self-esteem, guilt, and feelings of inadequacy often predominate. While they seem to let down others and self frequently, they recognize that they are the source of the problem. This is the first step that positive relationships can occur. People in injury have trouble following through on their goals and commitments. Moral judgments are based on pleasing others, pleasure, pain, and one of these days, reciprocity. All right. So this is step 5 in MRT. The essence of step 5. As I become more honest, trusting, acceptant, and aware of many things in my life, you become very aware of the many people that you have hurt. Step 5 is all about beginning the process of healing the many injuries that you have inflicted on your many relationships. In doing so, you also start to repair the injury you have caused to myself or yourself. Step 5, I must begin to repair the injury that I have caused to others and myself by assessing all the important relationships in my life and start working to repair them. Relationships. Now, that's the essence and the stage. What I presented in group to my peers are a best of times and a worst of times. 5 cases of the best of times in my life and 5 cases of the worst of times in my life. Then when I came up with that and presented it to the group and my peers, questions ensued. So here are the 5 best of times in my life. Graduating from high school, getting a real estate license, my life insurance license, serve safe, and completing this nutrition course from NASM. That I put as 1, as best of times. Number 2, parents taking me to Europe when I was 10. Number 3, that my daughter and I, when we went to Puerto Rico. Number 4, when I moved to Florida, I went with 2 backpacks, took a one-way flight, ended up being there for 5 years. And number 5, I put as best of times is finding my purpose. In the worst of times, my 5 worst of times. When my daughter's mom, my ex-wife, died of a fentanyl overdose. When I lost a house due to my active addiction. This is kind of leveled, but along the same parallel. The death of my father and the death of my grandparents. It's leveled in the fact that when my father passed, I was still in active addiction, and I feel remorseful that I should have been a better son and maybe have made amends. So I still harbor a little bit of shame and guilt for me. The hills of Acapulco, and my first intake in jail when the bars slammed in front of my face. Those were my 5 worst of times. Now, I lay those out. The group goes and they ask questions about it, and I answered the questions. Also, in this group during my presentation of my step 5. I have a circle of relationships. I'll go through all right, here, let me show you. Okay. It's a circle. There's boxes in this circle where I need to answer these questions. I'm going to go off and read the questions for you and what I drew in this diagram. In number 1, draw a picture that represents the biggest relationship problem in your life. Okay. Biggest relationship problem in my life. In that section, I drew my sister, my relationship between me and my sister. In number 2, draw a picture of the biggest problem or difficulty in that relationship. I drew a brain, I drew me, and I drew her, representing communication, understanding, empathy of our separate personalities and the ability to communicate. Number 3, draw a picture that represents current problem that you have with someone, but you can only take care of that, but you can take care of easily. Okay, so there's this situation at my work with another employee, not a situation I'm directly involved in, other than it is my workplace and I am there by association only. And I'm there by association only. It's could lead to a whole bunch of trouble, but because of my boundaries, I've distanced myself. So it's a workplace relationship in name only because we're at the same building. Number 4, draw a picture of something you dislike doing with other people, but you must do anyway. Okay, I got a picture of a building. I got a picture of 9 different people in there, in that building. What that represents to me is weekly meetings that I have to attend where I have to be there. It's a requirement. I just dislike doing it. It's an hour-long scheduled meeting when, in my perspective, the meeting should really only take 7 to 15 minutes, but what have you. So that's more of me problem than the agenda. All right. Draw a picture of something you have always wanted. Number 5, draw a picture of the one thing you like doing most with other people. So I have a picture of a weight and a whole bunch of people around me. I like working out with people. I like being active with people. I like doing activities with people. Number 6, draw a picture of something you have always wanted to do with another person. In number 6, I have a picture of a globe, and I have a picture of an alcohol bottle with a line through it. That representing me. I love to travel. I've traveled a lot, but I want to travel sober. No drinking, in recovery, in sobriety. I'd like to travel. Number 7, draw a picture of the most important person in your life other than myself. This was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I drew a picture of my daughter. Number 8, draw a picture of the special person in life that you believe will lead you to happiness. And then I put in or purpose. People in my life that will bring me happiness or purpose. I have a picture of a cloud, a brain, and then I have a picture, an arrow going down to a whole bunch of people. What that means to me is the cloud representing higher power, or my conscience being the brain, the conscious telling me to help others with videos like this, with advocating for recovery, addiction awareness, sobriety. That is my purpose. So that is what I drew in that space. Then in the center, bringing it all home, in the center, draw a picture that represents your feelings toward people right now. All right, I have a heart, I have a brain, I have me with my smiling face, and then I have another person with a frowny face. What that means to me and what I was trying to get at, because you can't draw or you can't write words, I wanted to draw a picture of understanding. Understanding where people are at their particular station in life right now. Some are some are further ahead, some are further below, some are first starting out, some don't even know that they need to start in their path to sobriety and recovery. So the understanding aspect and compassion to be able to meet them where they're at, that's what I was going to represent in that. Okay, so moving on in this step, now to bring it all home, the next categories were to list 8 different people that I need to repair the relationship or make amends. All right, so I have my mother, Carrie. I have my daughter, Tegan. I have my nephew, Tyler. I have my niece, Cassie. I have my sister, Erin. My past father, which was recommended by the group of, not because he's passed, I can't repair that relationship, but I can repair the guilt and the shame that I harbor still. So working on it in that level, in an interpersonal level. Then I have a friend and a coworker. Those are detailed. All right, I'll give you the format of what they're looking for, as far as the process of healing that relationship. All right, so important relationships in my life. It asks you to list the person. Then, what is your relationship to this person? Then that's where you, what does that person mean to you? You know, it's my sister or my mother or my friend. How have I damaged the relationship? Then you write it out. What is the goal in the relationship? Well, is it to rebuild it, rekindle it? What's the goal? How can you do this? And how can I repair that damage? Then, as example, maybe it's be honest, spending time with them, that sort of deal. Setting an example, leading by example, that sort of how can I, in my actions, repair that damage. Then what is the first thing you need to do to repair that? What's the first thing? So an action step, all right? And it asks you to be specific. So maybe it's meditate on it. Maybe it's give them a call. Maybe it's write a letter. Maybe it's an in-person conversation. Then the last question is when. So it asks you what specifically you're going to do to repair that relationship. Then it asks you, giving you a date when, a date specific of when I'm going to take action. So that is the essence and the stage of MRT 5 as I climb the ladder, be prepared for next week, as I'm going to, well, naturally, step 6 comes next. I look forward to presenting that to you. I hope this has brought you value. If it has, give me a like, a follow, a share, all that kind of good stuff. If you feel that somebody that you know, you have a close loved one or a significant other that could get value from this, tag them in the comments. Make it a great day.